Welcome everyone to another episode of Mass Marine Medivac 2 Grandmaster. We have actually done it. Stim A-Move has completed this first challenge. Now we are already in rank 88. Now not to confuse you guys, this is on the NA server. It is a bit different from a U. Rank 88 is still a little bit lower MMR than I am with my Cyclone Mine 2 Gem Challenge, for example. Now it's not loading for some reason, but our next goal is going to be to get top 50. Let's begin. Alright, here we go, guys. Our first match as a Grandmaster player. Let's freaking go. We're playing against a 5-on Terran. Oh, it's good I looked. Actually, when I looked at a glance, I thought it was a Protoss player, but it is a Terran. Now, this is a relatively small map, which is going to make this difficult. I do have to say, normally, I have kind of like, if I make a name that's not a barcode for my challenges, I kind of have a silly name. But I feel like Stim A-Move is totally a name that everyone could have for their like all Terran account. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's not a weird name at all to have. Like he doesn't think anything when he sees my name. He's probably just like, it's probably one of those weird aggressive bio Terrans, you know. But I doubt he thinks much more of it, which is good for us because I wouldn't like to be blind countered. Now I do think in TvT, it is harder to blind counter me than against Protoss, because I mentioned it before, when you play against colossus and stuff, it gets very hard. But in TvT, when you play against tanks, for the most part, I still have been managing to get my Doom drops in and stuff, so that's really good. Now I'm going to scout early here, so I can actually go for my reactor first. Though I'm not quite sure. Actually, I could play Marine first. You know what's weird in TvT is, in other matches this doesn't exist, but in TvT, you always need to play keeping in mind that you need to have enough units to defend your opponent's early game units. Because against Protoss, for example, you can go Reactor first, Reaper first, Marine first, and you're always pretty much going to have enough units to deal with an Adept, right? But if you make one Marine Reactor in TvT, you will get absolutely destroyed by one Reaper, for example, right? If you don't make more than 3 Marines, you will die to the follow-up 2 Reapers and 1 Hellion. So no matter what you do, you always have to do a build where you have enough units to at least deal with the Reaper. Now, my opponent's also going for Reactor first. This is I want to say I might have never played this matchup before. Reactor first against Reactor first is actually insane. I imagine he's doing the normal version where he's going to make Reapers, because Reactor first Marines is not really a thing in TvT, guys. I'm pretty sure well, I've not invented it because people are playing it against me a lot in these challenges, but it's definitely not a build anyone uses at the pro level. I can tell you guys that much. So it is pretty crazy for me to see. Now this is already gonna pose a potential problem, because I'm gonna have 4 Marines when he has 2 Reapers, and I will need to split them appropriately. But 2 Marines don't beat 2 Reapers. So if I split 2 and 2, it's very likely that they will just die to the Reapers if he jumps in, right, and micros properly. So it's actually going to be a little bit tough. And then I'm going to keep 2 Marines on my ramp over here, 2 on this high ground, and then if he jumps in there, I will just try to grab my Marines together and maybe like surround them or so. Now it's also possible that he's playing Marines and he's doing a weird build like I am. It's completely possible. But maybe it's smart to actually put them on the outside here. But then I can reinforce this a bit too slow. Like, there's one thing to keep in mind. Even if 2 Marines 100% lose to 2 Reapers, there's a chance I could target 1 Reaper down. And then if I lose 2 Marines for 1 Reaper, like actually in a trade, it's not going to be that bad anymore, right? So it also depends on the level of my opponent's micro and stuff. I'm a little bit worried about this front here, because if he's playing Reactor with a factory, yeah, this could actually be very problematic. Now, I'm making non-stop Marines just for that reason, because I'm very scared. I think I should probably get a bunker, because I actually don't know here whether my opponent has an expansion or not. Like, I think I might have not paid enough attention to his SCV movement and stuff. But if he goes in my main with like a 1-1-1 and I have 3 Marines there, I think that might actually instantly cost me the game. So I need to be very smart about this. I'm gonna try to get my star product. Like, as soon as this bunker finishes, I can leave 4 Marines there and go into the main. I feel like if he's doing a 1-1-1, it's probably gonna arrive in about 20 seconds, I would guess. So I still have a little bit of time to get my stuff consolidated here in the main. It's also very... Yeah, the thing that sucks here is that it's... Like, I think he knows more what I'm doing than I know, because he actually scouted my CC. So... He could just be... He could even be playing a triple command center, you know, off of 1 gas. Like, he actually quite literally could, so... And he could be doing a 1 base all in. Like, I actually have no idea. That's what makes it so terrifying. Now, as soon as my Medivacs get out, it's obviously going to be a lot more comfortable instantly. And even if he was doing a 1-1-1 at this point, I would feel pretty comfortable. But it's already too late for him to hit, so... Either he's not doing a 1-1-1, or he messed up his build really hard. So either of those, you know, would be alright with me. Now I think I'm gonna go for the same 3-rack style that I have been doing. Just so I can really keep pressure on. Like, I do not want them to be pressure-free for any moment at all. Gonna get an eBay as well. Even though my third CC is gonna be super late, I actually think that's alright. Now, I really do hope it's not like Cloak Banshees or something, then we would really be in massive trouble. Now, where do I go? TvT is such a funny positional dance sometimes, because in the early game... Oh, wow! Okay. That's a scan timing. That is something. I would never expect the 5-minute scan timing, but that was as perfect as a scan could be. I think I'm just gonna scan him back then. Wait, he doesn't have... Maybe he has Cyclones here. If he doesn't have units in the main, that would just be very weird. Oh, he has a tank there. Huh. Okay. Here we go. Tank is gonna die very fast. And then we get on top of the Cyclone. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, it survived one more hit than I thought it would. He's following me with SCVs, which is super good for me. I think he just gave me 5 SCVs for free there. Didn't have to do that at all. I'm gonna dodge this very fast. There we go. Probably gonna lose 1 SCV, which is fine. Oh no, that was an automatic mill. You guys saw that? Please save the mill. Oh my god, that was literally just an autopilot. Oops. I'm gonna get a turret here, actually. Now, I did lose one of my Medivacs, which is a problem. Because I can't really keep... What is this move? Yeah, he's playing a little bit like a psycho, guys. But that is alright with me. I think it's only good for me. Because Ravens are really good in defending stuff. He's not going to be able to defend it as well now. So it's, you know, simply said, I don't think it's a good move by him. And normally I don't like it when my opponent don't make good moves. I don't know why, actually. I just... For some reason, when my opponents make a mistake, it's like I feel bad for them or something. I don't know. But here... I would be kind of worried if he would actually have everything consolidated in defense, especially after the scouting he did. So I'm kind of happy that he doesn't. Now this is not going to be a breeze by any means, though. Wait, what? Okay, this is going to be so YOLO what I'm doing here, guys. I actually can't believe I'm going for this. Is this going to work? No freaking way this works! I am insane. I am actually a little bit insane, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I am the psycho once again. I am 100% the psycho in this exchange here. Holy crap. I can't believe I actually got away with that. That is just crazy. Okay. Let's go into the main with these. I mean, I'm gonna kill his E-base, which is massive. I only have a single E-base, so... being able to deny his upgrades is just huge. Now, I don't have a third base yet. That's actually gonna cost me a little bit here. Let's attack that. I'm killing his gases too. Gonna get some more marines. And I think at this point he might have left his main base open. Maybe there's one siege tank here that I can drop on top of. Yeah, exactly. Alright, guy, this is going... I actually cannot believe these moves that I just made. It's actually a little bit insane. And it's gonna work too. Wait, he already made the double eBay here. That was a really fast remake. And now he probably left this tank alone here. There we go. Wow, okay, I have to admit, guys, I'm pretty proud of these moves. Like, I feel like I've just, you know, bing, bang, boom, got every single siege tank out there besides that one. Denied the bases on both sides. It's only one tank here, which actually doesn't beat this. And alright, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I was a psycho. If you guys want to blame me for being the psycho here, you go ahead, you're completely in the right. But I still think these moves were crazy. I mean, of course they were calculated. I didn't just YOLO in. I realized he probably wasn't going to have stim. I had combat shield just finishing with +1, so I could go in. It was a crazy move, but I'm actually so happy it paid off. I actually think this was a beautiful maneuver. Got the tank here, drop in the main, drop in the natural, and just like that, he has 43 supply left. Very happy with this one. Units lost here, guys, is freaking insane for a mirror matchup. Marine Medivac only against Tank Raven in a defensive position. Almost outtraded him by 3 times. Now that is crazy. One of the coolest units loss we'll see. Anyway, that's a fantastic warm-up game. Let's move on to game number 2. Alright, a sneaky Protoss unranked barcode. Look at that MMR, guys. Isn't this beautiful? 5.269. Gonna reach 5.3k soon. I really think with how the games have been going and how our moves have been evolving, we could totally get top 50. And yeah, from then on, guys, everything is possible. Well, maybe not rank 1, but you guys know what I mean. Maybe everything is possible. Who knows? Let's try to take the throne. Anyway, now we have to focus on this game here. Tropical Sacrifice. Against Terran, I feel like I always go for the 2-on-1. Against Protoss, I think I have... Well, actually, I have a few options. I could go for a proxy. I think proxy marine is not that bad. Excuse me. I could go for a 3 racks, or I could go for a 2-on-1 as well. I think because I just did a 2-on-1, I do really like to keep the variety, so I'm gonna go with a 3 racks instead. See how well that's gonna do for us. I think it's a decent map for it. The rush distance here is actually pretty big. It's deceivingly big. But at the same time, you know, I feel like if they take a 3rd base, for example, it's going to be really far away from this natural area to all the way there. So if we play against Protoss that is trying to expand, I actually think a 3-racks could be a good choice here. So I'm just going to go for it. I don't really want to try a cheese again. There's one big problem with cheeses, though. And it's that I could do a proxy 2-racks marine against Protoss, right? But my follow-up also has to be just Marines. I will not be able to defend with a Cyclone or a Tank or a Viking against the counter 1-base all-in. I'll have to defend it with even more Marines, which I'm not quite sure that one works out, honestly. I'm not quite sure that works out, but I'm still gonna try. I mean, you know, if it fails, we can also just fall back to stuff that will do a little bit better, that we know will do a little bit better, so that's fine. I think it's always really cool to experiment and stuff in these episodes, so we'll see. Definitely gonna do some cheese. Maybe I'll try a cheese the next game. I don't really think I could do a cheese against Terran, though. Like a Marine cheese against Terran, yeah, it can work, but once again, against Terran more than anything, you need a Cyclone, Tank, Viking. And the only reason why my mass Marine stuff is working out so far is because I get the Stim and the Medivac so fast. If I wouldn't get my Stim and Medivac so fast, if I would have to play with like Stimless, Medivac-less Marines for a while, it kind of hurts in my head. Like it doesn't feel like the right thing to do, you know. So maybe if we get another Zerg or Protoss after this, I could totally throw some cheese at them, see how it goes, and then obviously try to follow with more Marines. I'm gonna make 2 Marines first, and then I'll make a 3rd barracks here. Would have been actually been nicer for me to not SCV scout. I think 3 racks builds. It's a tip I would give, but it's a bit of a risky tip to give because you know, the lower MMR, the weirder shit people do. Ooh, this is actually a rough one here. My 2 Marines are gonna finish just in time, so that is good. He might actually make a mistake here. Oh, a huge mistake with the shade there. That is fantastic for us. That's basically a free adept. That is really nice. Well, he might supply book me for a little bit. And the biggest damage he did is that I forgot what I was talking about. That's always risky, guys. If you forget what you're talking about... Oh yeah, I know what I was gonna say. The lower MMR, the crazier builds people do, so scouting gets more and more important. But if you do a 3-racks, the point of a 3-racks like this is very simply to hit your stim timing as hard as you can. Like, you would never want to skip units for an SCV or for a depot or whatever in this build. Like, you want to hit as hard as you can. So if you SCV scout, you also do lose a little bit of money. Like in this case, my 3rd barracks is straight up a little bit later. Oh, we're getting cheesed. I didn't even know that. Huh? What kind of cheese is this? I'm actually kind of surprised here. I actually have no idea what kind of cheese this is. How does he have 2 adepts in my face? This is like a 2nd proxy. Wait, he misclicked again. Misclick double, and I didn't punish him. That is bad by me, guys. That should have been a few kills, 100%. Now, I might actually have to make a bunker. I'm not quite sure. This looks like there's a proxy gate. Or he did a really crazy build where he didn't chrono boost his probes a single time. I'm actually confused here. I'm not quite sure what this is about. I feel like I should have a better read on this. But as of now, I don't. So it's still just 2 adepts. He sees I'm making a bunker. At this point, he knows I'm playing 3-racks, by the way. At least he should by the Marine count. Normally, I would have SCVs in my... or Marines in my main. But I was really convinced he was proxy gating me there for a second. And now I'm not so sure anymore. That's a little bit rough. I'm actually going to move out with these. And maybe I can catch his adepts. Or ideally, I avoid his adepts. If I could avoid being seen here, like let's say his adepts were here on the bottom side, this attack is only going to get stronger. I'm going to make an eBay as well. Most likely he ran away though, and then it's not going to be that great for me anymore. If I see his adept shade in now, I'd be super happy, but I don't think it's happening. Let's see, yeah, I have 10 seconds on my stim. My army here does not look super terrifying, I have to be honest, guys. This is not super hot. Oh. Okay, well this is something. Yeah, he's activating the battery, but that is not my intention to fight those 4 cannons, my friend. What is he doing? He's going for mass carriers or something. This is insane. He has a prism, and he's going for a Stargate? What did I just see, guys? Oh, Colossus. Oh, no. Can I gun it down, please? What? Yes! No freaking way. We actually killed a Colossus. If he migrated a little bit better, he would have saved it. Guys, I have no idea why there are 4 cannons there. Oh, 3 cannons. This looks like a pylon. Okay. Yeah, sure, I guess. I'm not sure what to say about it. So he went for Colossus and a Stargate. If I would have to make a guess, this guy is either a weird turtle player, or he might be aware of who we are, right? Because it's a little bit suspicious to go for straight up like 3 cannons and just go Colossus on 2 base into a Stargate. Like, if he were to play Colossus Void Ray, I'm not sure what we would do against it. The Void Rays can kill the Medivacs, you know, pretty easily. Colossus destroy the Marines. So, I'm not 100% sure. I definitely think this is the kind of game where we're gonna have to scout for bases around the map, though. So I'm gonna start doing that instantly. I'm gonna get some extra gases just so I can afford my upgrades and stuff. One thing I would like to remember this game is to cut gases at some point. I'm not sure if I've ever told you guys about the really weird gas spending curve that Terran has. It's actually a very important thing. But Terran has the gas spending curve of Terran is just messed up. Because you typically, if you play Bio, you spend so much gas early on. You need to get add-ons on every building. You need to get your 3-3 and your Ghost upgrades and whatever, right? And then once you get all your upgrades, suddenly you don't spend that much gas anymore. So typically what happens to Terran is you go up to, I want to say 6 gases typically. Like, you don't really want much more than that. You go up to 6 gases. And sometimes you even struggle for gas. But then the moment you get your upgrades, all of a sudden... Oh, I didn't see that at all. All of a sudden, you don't need gas at all anymore. So it's just like... That's why... If you guys will ever pay attention to it in pro games, you will see that Terran players flow an insane amount of gas. And it's not because they're mis-macroing, it's just because the gas spending curve is really weird. And I don't think people ever really spend time figuring out the perfect build. But the perfect build would actually be something like... You know, make 6 gases and then cut gases at like 10.5 minutes, like something crazy like that, you know. Now my opponent didn't make a Colossus, guys. He's making mass disruptors and he's gonna pay for it. Actually, that was not the best decision here by him. If he had one single Colossus, this would be rough. Now it actually looks like we might just get a relatively easy win here. Yeah, okay. I guess he didn't know who we were, guys. If he knew, he would have been making Colossus. Yeah, he was gonna go for Disruptor Carrier. This strategy, in this game, it looked easy to defeat, but trust me, if he gets to Disruptor Carrier, a lot of Terrans will straight up lose to it, because that composition is insane to beat. If he made 2 Colossus instead of these Disruptors, the game would have just went on, by the way. Like, I was gonna be ahead because I killed a bunch of workers earlier when I stimmed through his cannons, but... Yeah, if he had 2 Colossus here, this game goes on, and I would have to find a way to deal with Colossus Carrier. Was he making the 3rd base? No, he actually wasn't making the 3rd yet, okay. I think sometimes buildings cancel or something when people surrender. I'm not quite sure when it happens, actually. I've seen it before. Or maybe it's like an upgrade or something, or like add-ons that cancel, I'm not sure. But he wasn't making the 3rd anyway. I guess we get a relatively easy dub. This should have been a very tough game, but we got a little bit lucky. Let's move on to game number 3. Alright, game number 3 against the Zerg. Okay, guys, I'm gonna freaking try it. It's very risky, but I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna try to do a Proxy Rax Marine, and then somehow have a follow-up that's good enough to make more Marines. Right? Because normally, you make a gas, you make Hellions to deal with Zerglings and whatnot. Now I'm gonna have to follow up my Marine cheese with more Marines, and I'm not quite sure yet what it's gonna look like. I just hope it's gonna be good enough. Now, I do want to go for a smarter Proxy Rack, so... If you do crazy proxy barracks, you can actually make it like super close, like here. But there's a decent chance it's scouted with an Overlord, so I'm just gonna make it a little bit far away. And instead of going for the kill, which by the way you should never do with a proxy 2x anyway, I'm just gonna try to kill a bunch of drones. And that way, you know, get a lead and then win with my Mass Marine follow-up later on. Now, I did make a video on proxy 2, 3, and 4 racks. If you guys want to know how to proxy racks properly, I do have that video on my channel somewhere. It's probably like my last or second last Terran School episode, I believe. But anyway, shortly said, with a proxy 2 racks, you typically cannot kill someone. You can definitely get ahead enough that you win the game, but you shouldn't be able to kill someone because you just don't have enough Marines. But you can throw down bunkers, you know, try to kill workers, try to deny the hatchery. And with a proxy 2-racks, if you do manage to deny the natural, that's pretty much the winning condition. Like, you probably win in that case. Like, you shouldn't be able to kill someone completely. But if you, you know, get the bunkers up and deny someone's natural, they usually will call GG because they know it's over. Now, normally here, I would have made a gas already. I'm not even sure what my follow-up is gonna look like, because I suppose I'll just have to add on 2 more barracks, or do I make a command center instead? I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna follow this up, guys. I'm just gonna pray that I'm not being cheesed. If I'm playing against the pool first right now, I would probably lose the game very fast, so I'm just gonna hope that's not happening. I'm very tempted to try and just make a command center instead, actually. Let's get my SCV ahead of the Marines, so they can actually make a bunker. Now, I could go for the... Let me check if he's making a hatch first of all. Wait, he's not even here. Like, normally there's an overlord hanging here. It's a very normal spot for a Zerg overlord. Zerg should always keep their overlord there. I think in this case... Does he even realize he's being cheesed right now? I guess the hatchery does see it, right? But it's... Is he letting my bunker go up? Like, he would lose the game, guys. Like, all he needs to do is deny this bunker. If this bunker finishes, we're just gonna be in a massive advantage. And that's it. Alright, there we go. Guess I'll make a second... Yeah, he actually didn't realize... Oh, he did realize, okay. Let's get a second bunker up then. So he is going to defend the hatchery in that way. That is a valid way to do it. I said it was over, but actually going for the bus with 2 spines is actually a completely valid way to do it. So I do take my words back. For some reason, I just thought he didn't realize at all what was going on. Right, if he throws away more links, it's really good. Now, I already got my CC going down, which is pretty crazy. What he's doing now is he's waiting for it to be as low as possible, for him to get as many Zerglings as possible, and then he's gonna try and bust it. Oh, if he's gonna do it like this, that's gonna be a little bit too slow. This bunker can hit the hatchery, guys, so he really needs to do something about it ASAP. Let's see. I mean, attack this. There's even a trick you can use to kill spines with bunkers, by the way. Oh no, don't attack that! What are you doing? Wait, I'm gonna show you guys the trick, okay? Oh, actually, he's not even gonna go for a bust. Okay, let me show it to you guys. You can do it like this, and you can go in between the spine shots, just like that. So now I'm gonna keep it right here. I'm gonna try to show it one more time so you guys can see it clearly. What you can do is you can go in between the spine shots and just damage the spine like that. See, now he's gonna use his second spine. I'm getting a lot of damage on this spine crawler. There we go. Okay, now he actually got a hit off. Slight miss micro there by me. But like I mentioned before, you are supposed to defend your natural, so in this case, I'm already just massively ahead. Now, he could always sweep up all my units and kill me. No, do not do that, please. If he kills all my units here, it could be good for him. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna wall off my natural with barracks. I feel like that should be pretty much a game closer here. Because if he can't kill me on the counterattack, he is most likely just... you know, gonna lose, simply said, because he doesn't have enough economic damage. So this wall-off is actually pretty important, because he has... I think he has enough links to kill... Oh, oops. Well, that's a whole different story then. For some reason, I just mislanded that. That's very, very lucky for him. But obviously, it's just a mistake by me, so it's kind of hard to call it luck, really. Now, splitting off his Zerglings, that's probably a little bit of a mistake here. But if I do not get enough Marines... Wait, he's actually moving away. That's an insane move. Okay. No! He let me wall off! Why did he do that? He just gave away the game, basically. That was his only chance at winning here, I think. Now, I'm gonna try to sneak in, which is a little bit risky. But let's see. Yeah, okay, we got away with it. Alright, guys, we are... That was a bit scary. That massive building positioning mistake by me. I guess some of you guys probably saw it coming as I was landing it. But yeah, now we're gonna be in a fantastic spot. It was a little bit scary, but now I'm feeling like we're back on top. Now, there's one thing we can't ignore, and it's because I don't have tech units. I actually cannot make anything that can threaten him for a while. So, yeah, Marines is all I have. I'm gonna have to wait until I have Medivacs. He actually misplayed that over a little bit. I almost got a kill on that. But yeah, our economy is gonna be fantastic. And I guess I just need to hope that he doesn't drone too hard, maybe. That's the best thing he could do. Right now, he could make drones for days. Because if I move out, it's just, yeah, a crazy gamble by me. That would actually be a psycho move. Because if he's really not... Oh, he's actually going to go for the bust. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. He's going to go for the bust. I don't think he has enough units for that, in all fairness. He should really not be going for the SCVs here, by the way. That is... I mean, he can, but... Okay. Yeah, he didn't have enough links to accompany the banelings. Like, he didn't have enough money, I think. I really hope he didn't drone behind that. That would be a massive shame for him. If he actually had the opportunity to make more Zerglings, he definitely should have taken that opportunity, right? I'm even getting my 1-1 here. I guess that shows that I'm pretty confident. I mean, the boss could have done some damage, but he just needed a bunch of links to accompany it. Like, I get his decision. When I misplaced it again, I don't know why this is so difficult. Why is... I don't struggle with walls normally. Why is this wall so difficult here for some reason? That's a little bit crazy. Imagine if I lost because of the second or third miss wall. That would have been a little bit insane. Now I'm gonna get Medivacs out. Finish that depot. It's actually another small downside of doing proxy racks, by the way, that I didn't mention. That very often is not going to come into play, but it's that you typically don't have this walled off fast. So Zerglings might get into your base later than you would expect. And because you don't expect it, it could actually do a lot of damage. Now, all of this time, he must have been able to drone up a lot, but because he made those banelings, I'm feeling pretty alright. He even made more Zerglings. I can't imagine that he has that many drones now. He actually easily could have had more workers than me at this point, by the way. I don't mean with that he was ahead. He still would have been behind, but he easily could have made more workers than me. But because he made all those banelings... wait, is it a hidden base or something? Where the hell did those Zerglings come from, buddy? That seemed hyper suspicious. That's not a word, by the way. I just invented it on the spot. Alright. I guess I can actually fly my factory over to that side as well. I can either drop or fly my factory there. I do need to keep in mind that he could be making bird banelings, by the way. That is something that it could be. The reason I'm making turrets in my bases is because... oh, he's going again. Okay. That's very interesting. I have so many Marines, though. Well, that was one really good baneling connection, but I just have an absurd amount of Marines. He keeps killing my barracks, actually, you know? Like, my production has been really, really tragic because I haven't had barracks production. He killed one of my barracks before. I think he might have even killed my add-on. I'm not 100% sure. But like, right now, I can make 2 Marines at once. I don't even have a freaking reactor finished. That is actually pretty tragic. How many drones does he have? Okay, he has absolutely no drones. Holy crap. I kind of imagine he would be saturated at least on 2 bases, but not even that. All right. Okay, well, that was a really insane game. I thought we had it with the cheese because he lost his base, but then I misplaced the wall. He didn't make use of it properly because he left the base. Then he did a super delayed baneling all in with just enough bases to kill the wall, but not to continue. And this was actually an insane game. He never went above 24 drones, which is insane. He could have had 45 easily. He could have had 60 at this point if he wanted to play a macro game, but he didn't. I'm not convinced this is a good strategy at all, guys. I'm going to be honest. It looked a bit painful to me to execute this strategy. So maybe we're not doing it again. Though I definitely want to try it against Protoss, so let's see if we get one. Let's go. All right, a Terran player. Is that... No, it's not the first Terran of the game. We got Terran, Protoss, Zerg, Terran. I guess it's a perfect cycle. His name was Reap. Probably gonna make some Reapers then. That's kind of scary. But I guess we have managed to deal with all Terran aggression so far, so we will be able to do it again. Now, one thing I actually forgot, by the way, I forgot to check what exactly the build was of that first Terran, because he went for a reactor first, but in the end, I didn't quite know what he went for, I believe. Did I even see Reapers that game? I mean, it's already like 20 minutes ago, but I feel like, yeah, I already don't really remember much about that game. Now, this game I'm going to have to scout even faster because it's a little bit bigger. But I do just really like feeling safe, knowing whether I should actually play Reactor first or not. In case it's a proxy, I would just make a bunch of Marines from a naked barracks without Reactor. Because if I ever make that... Reactors take so long to build, I think it's 36 seconds, so... You just don't have any units to defend anything with, right? So at least I want to know whether he's going to go for a Reaper cheese or not, or any kind of cheese, really. And then I can decide whether I want the reactor or not. Even though SCV scouting this early really hurts my soul. It's one of my... the things I notice the most when I do coaching is that people in Diamond and in Masters, because those are my biggest coaching demographic, scout way too early. Like every single time they scout like 3 supply earlier than they should, and they waste so much money. But now here I am playing Reactor first and TvT for a challenge, and I actually have to scout that early so I don't just straight up die. So yeah, I guess the turns have tabled now. Yeah, I keep leaving with my SCV early. I should really be checking if there's like a command center on the way. I made the same mistake in game 1 actually, but in reality it's really important for me to know if it's a Reaper expand or not. Now, I think That must have been a second gas, right? Like, I scouted really early, so it's confusing. But I feel like that must have been a second gas I saw. At least I would imagine. Oh, let's make sure I don't forget my second depot, at least. That would have been a little bit painful. So I'm just going to camp out here. See if the CC is going to come down. I mean, it already looks like a double gas because it's not there. Though at this point, it could still be command center in the main, for example, right? So that is important to keep in mind. And a double gas command center, I'm not exactly sure about the timing, but I think a double gas expand drops between like 230 and 240. So to be safe, I think I'll just check at 240 and then we know what's up. Now, this is a map that does not have a ramp in the entrance to your natural. This is a very important thing to consider when you're deciding on your build, really. Like I talked about a while ago about how most people do not consider the map when deciding what build they're gonna do, right? But the fact that this has no ramp makes it harder to defend. My opponent here, as you can see, is most likely doing a cheese because there is just no, you know, no command center going down. And I guess most likely what this is gonna be proxy starport Medivac, I would guess, because he has a lot of Reaper Hellion. Like, it's always possible that he just messed up his build and his CC is too late, you know. That's the one thing that's a bit annoying about scouting sometimes. But we do have to, you know, even if he messed up his build, does mean his economy is going to be absolutely terrible, so... Oh, one Reaper down. There we go. Huge. Oh, Hellion. Oh, Hellion down. No way. Guy, you can't be making mistakes like that. That is painful. Okay, there we go. And they're safely inside. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm only gonna leave the low HP Marines in there. Because the bunker should be scary enough. Like, sometimes they go a bit crazy and they run by the bunker. Personally, if I did his build, I would do the same because you just need to do damage. But, oh, he's gonna lose both Reapers. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. This is an absolute disaster. I almost feel bad for him because sometimes you just have those TvT games, you know, where everything just goes wrong. Your opponent is in position somehow. Now, obviously, he did give me a little bit too good of a read on his build by just not expanding, not covering his natural from the SCV scout. So it is definitely his mistake, but, you know, I feel it. In TvT, sometimes everything just goes wrong in the early game and you're just really far behind. And it seems like this is one of those games for him. Now, a starport unit hasn't shown up, which could mean a few things. First thing it could mean is he's going for something a little bit more crazy instead of a Medivac. Like, for example, hiding cloak banshees, battlecruiser, right? Or his build was just not completely optimized and his command center was too late. Like I said at the start, you have to always calculate in that, you know, there could be human error. Obviously, I make mistakes too. Like not walling off in the last game properly, right? But yeah, I think most likely his build was just not very optimized and his CC was just too late. I think that's what's going on. Because else we would have seen a starport unit, I want to say about a minute ago or so. Maybe at like 420. Or probably earlier if it was proxied. So I think I do have a pretty good read on him now. He's probably just transitioning, I would guess. Oh, it is a Banshee. All right. Very, very good unit against my style, by the way. Like, there's not much I can do against the Banshee, actually. So I'm just going to ignore it a little bit and fly across. Because the Banshee can't really be countered by Marines. Though I'm going to get stimmed a little bit, and then I can suddenly counter it decently. Oh, he's not looking. He's not looking. Huge. Oh, okay. That was going to be tragic. But now, instead, I'm going to fly into his base. Try to get a bunker here. Okay, I'm going to fly into his base, and this is going to be a really problematic move for him to deal with, I think. Yeah, oh, this is going to be very painful. This might actually be a game-deciding move, potentially. Now, it is definitely becoming a crazy base trade, so it's not going to be easy to say what the outcome of this is going to be. Okay, there we go. Maybe get... Oh, no, I don't have a scan. I wanted to scan, but I didn't have one. Oh, that is rough. I really wanted to go for the base there, or for the Banshee there. Alright, this is actually going to be a little bit of a rough one here, guys. But I think if I just camp the production, he can't... Yeah, exactly. He's already lifting off. He can't make any more units. I can land this one there. He actually doesn't have... Ooh. Wait, what did I lose units to? Huh? It really feels like my units just disappeared or something. Alright, this is not going to be easy by any means, guys. Definitely not. I think if I get to mine here, that would actually be huge. Should I make a turret? No, it feels a bit crazy to drop a turret, honestly. Yeah, actually, I should probably just cancel all of these Marines. I cannot get anything out here. Okay, do so much damage on the Banshee as possible. go back into the main. I'm not sure what he has at this point. Yeah, this is definitely not as clear-cut as I thought it was going to be. It looked like it was going to be pretty easy, but I definitely made some mistakes here and there. When it comes to the micro at home in particular. Like, I should have saved those 5 Marines that I made earlier. And then, all of a sudden, I dropped 1 mule, and I'm just praying he didn't realize that I lost energy, by the way. So, what is tough here is that he has 2 Banshees, guys. He has 2 Banshees with Cloak. And I am not quite sure how I'm going to be able to deal with that. Now, I do need to find his command centers. Possible that he landed it there. No, he didn't. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Run away, please. Be fast. Alright. I mean, I'm mining from this base, which is actually huge. Oh, I hotkeyed one of these things. Wait, his base is also not there. That is kind of crazy. Alright. I think it's some good damage in on the Banshee. It's not that much, but it's something, right? He's not going to be able to repair it that easily. Oh, I found his command center here. Okay, that is nice to find, at least. Makes me a little bit more comfortable. Okay. Ooh, that's that Banshee, I think. No, almost. Good micro by him. Well, good cloak activation, I should say. Either way, I guess it's a form of micro. Now, let's go ahead and kill that Banshee on the bottom. I am so lucky he let me mine from this, by the way. Yes, I'm gonna get it, I think. Yes, fantastic, guys. Okay. Now, I can drop 1 more meal. I have enough money for that, I think. It would be pretty smart for me to make combat shields here, but I'm not sure if I can get away with it given the time. Yeah, he's dropping a siege tank there now. I think I might actually just have to go for it. He still doesn't realize I'm just mining from that base, like, under his nose, by the way. Like, that is actually crazy. Now, what I'm waiting for here is simply an opportunity for him to attack this base. At some point, he's gonna realize that the base might be there, I think. Like, ooh. Okay. Actually. Okay. I'll take that one. This is actually incredible, by the way. This must have been one of the first this has happened. I might win this game. I think it's very likely I'm gonna win this game because I had this base under his nose the entire time. That is insane. That's all my income. I had 3 SCVs here, guys. And now I'm gonna make combat shields. And my combat shield is so... Oh, he moved this. Okay. Then he's asking for it. There we go. Really good splits will be in order here. Try to get as little damage as possible on every tank shot. There we go. Looking pretty good so far, I think. Yeah, fantastic, guys. And we're gonna kill the CC now, too. The Banshee was my cue there to leave. I don't think he... Yeah, he still doesn't realize I have this base. I guess I might as well just make an eBay, I guess, at this point. Oh, get into the Medivac, please. I think he probably had a little bit of money to... Wait, where's the Banshee going? I lost the Banshee, actually. Okay. Oh, I can just drop it on top. He actually... Yeah, this Banshee is gonna die in a second. He doesn't have HP on that, so... There we go. Last Banshee is gonna go down. Yeah, okay, now I mean, he knows I had the CC, so I would have won. I don't think he realized I had a factory. I do feel for the guy. When he rewinded, he was gonna see this base with 15 SUVs on it, guys. And I really think, no joke, this game probably is in his favor if I don't. Because keep in mind, I cannot make a siege tank. I lost my factory, I believe, as well. Yeah, I only had 3 barracks, so... I think I had 8 Marines without combat shields and 2 Medivacs. And he had like a tank. First of all, the tank is probably already enough to deal with it. He would have been able to mine. I would have probably base traded, attacked like his buildings. I would have found the starport at some point. He would have remade a factory. But if I had no mining here, he could have denied it with the Banshee because I didn't have enough Marines. Anyway, absolutely crazy base trade here. Definitely enjoyed it. Very happy we won. Hope you guys enjoyed it a lot as well. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.